Welcome to the Frugal Family, specifically the Frugal Family Gardens. My name is Julie and I'm out here doing our spring cleanup in the front yard. I have decided to separate the gardening, such as it is, into the two different, look how dirty these are, into the two different series. The one that is specifically just gardening, you know, taking you through my gardens and the things that I'm doing to keep up with it and to just kind of show you the progress and what's going on in my gardens, because it is one of my major passions. But then also we have the other series, which is all the things that we're growing that were provided by the dumpsters, because we are dumpster divers. So I'm going to keep those two kind of separate and let them have their own paths as they evolve and grow, and I will take you along for both of them. But for just general gardening from here on out, this will be the series, the Frugal Family Gardens. So let's get out there and show you what we're working on. The main thing that we're working on today are what I like to call the pretty pests. You know what I'm talking about, those flowers or whatever plants that have beautiful blooms or gorgeous foliage, but they take over. They are thugs. They will spread and cover and weed out. Well, I don't think that's quite the way. They will smother everything else that possibly tries to grow. Anything else that you plant and enjoy, no. These ones, they will take over. I don't want to call them weeds because they're not necessarily weeds, though they do act like weeds. I have several of them. Only one of them, I think, is one that I didn't plant. It was one that was here in our house when we bought our house, and I didn't eradicate it because it's in a spot where it covers some things that I want covered. But I think we're getting to a point where I might have to just completely clear it out. The other two are parsley, which has the most beautiful foliage. Oh, it is so elegant and romantic even, but it goes everywhere. Oh my gosh. And then the third one, poppies, California poppies. I am originally from Northern California and I love California poppies and they grow wild there. Well, come to find out, they grow really well here in central Utah as well, a little too well. Their foliage is gorgeous and their orange blooms are delightful, but dang it, they just take over. So I'm having to thin those out, get them out of places where I don't want them. And then the parsley, it's just everywhere. So I'm going through and pulling it out all over the yard. It is insane, and it blows with the wind and it puts out more seeds than I think anything I've ever seen before. And then these flowers that have been taking over that were here when we got here, I don't know what they're called. Maybe you can help me identify them. They're not in bloom yet. They have a gorgeous kind of lavender bloom when they do happen, lavenders and pinks. But maybe from the foliage you'll be able to identify them. All I know is I think we are at the point where they just have to go. So it's here in my rockery. You know, it was, if you saw the before picture, holy cow, you couldn't even see the rocks. But yeah, these are the plants in question, the ones that are my pretty pests. I don't know what they are. Like I said, the blooms are like purples and pinks and very pretty, but oh my goodness. And then when they're done, they are not pretty. They just get all withered and gross. But I had to pull so many of them out of here. Holy cow. And their root system, I mean, it just sends up runners everywhere. You see what I'm talking about right here. See, they're just everywhere. To actually eradicate them, I don't know, but that maybe I'd have to clear this whole thing out. Every rock, all my hen and chicks and everything else in order to completely get rid of those. I don't know if that's even going to be possible. It might just be that I have to just stay on top of them. We will see. But as you can see, I have a whole bunch of gorgeous hen and chicks. They are succulents and they're amazing. They need very little soil. They don't need a lot of water once they're established. They work really well in drought tolerant plants. And well, I just love them. And they're super easy to propagate. You just pull off one of the little pieces and move it over. That's what I did right here. These little guys, I just moved them over here to kind of shore up this soil that's holding this plant. Look how gorgeous those flowers are. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, that color. And I just moved them over and I watered them and they will shore this up. And before you know it, they will have spread all over here as well. And then I cleared out the detritus, the leaves and whatnot over here so that the hen and chicks can continue spreading, which they will. I will update you as the season goes on, but I bet you by the end of summer, they will have closed in right here and filled in that space. Over here, I need to cut these hyacinths down and these daffodils that are done, and I need to get some raking done over here. There are also some weeds here and there, some I'm sure hidden in the leaves. I've got a few places in the rockery that need to be filled in with some soil. And then eventually we will add some fun kind of alpine type flowers, things like what I've got right here. And that'll be really pretty. I've done some clearing over here of grass that was growing where it wasn't supposed to and cleared out some leaves. And eventually this will all be looking gorgeous. Oh, one thing at a time, right? Just have to keep on keeping on. Oh, look how beautiful. When this is in full bloom, oh man. It's called candy tuft, and it is one that it'll grow and spread, but it's not a thug. Now, what is a thug is this right here, and I'm gonna have to go through and clear out a bunch of this because it's starting to suffocate some of our other plants. But what one is this? Oregano, I think is what this is, and it smells delicious and it's fabulous, especially if you have it in a pot or have an area that you really want to just have fill in. This is good stuff, but boy does it take over. I've got something right here that shouldn't be here. These are some of the vines and things. I don't want that there. But anyway, I've got to go through. I do this every year and clear it out. And one year I almost completely pulled it out of here. But dang it, when it grows and gets up to about like this big, it's so beautiful. I don't have the heart to completely pull it out. It's one of those things, I guess I'll just have to continue managing it. But yeah, there is so much of it. Oh my goodness, so much. I'll probably go ahead and dry the leaves that I pull. Go ahead and take those in the kitchen and maybe make some pasta sauce or something. I don't want it to just go to waste. But boy, is it a thug. Yet another very pretty and beautiful smelling pest. Finally, over here, I'm gonna show you the poppies. And I've already pulled a whole bunch. Oop, you don't want my shadow there. I've already pulled a whole bunch of the poppies. But the foliage, it's so gorgeous. Oh, there's a better one right there. See that? Look at how gorgeous that foliage is. But guys, they just take over. They pop up everywhere and it gets out of control. Here's some that I was just chopping down, and I'll let them regrow, but I want to let these other plants have a chance to get some sunlight before they, just get smothered out or bent all funny because of the poppies. The bees and wasps are starting to come out and do their thing. I'm going to have to be more diligent about making sure that I have my EpiPen with me. Yeah, I am allergic to all the things that I love most. It is life's a great tragedy for me. Oh, they've got their job to do and it's fine. Ooh, they really do like that oregano though. Where did he go? There he is. He's under that leaf. That little thing right there could kill me. One good encounter with that guy. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot back. And yeah, I could die. Isn't that crazy? Something so tiny can kill me. But I am being careful. I do need to be more careful though. I do need to wear gloves. I do need to wear long sleeves. And I absolutely need to be having my EpiPen with me. There's no excuse. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab that because I'm not done out here. I've got a lot more I want to do. It's a losing battle, but I keep at it. That just feels so much better, having that tidied up. Oh my goodness. Amazing what a difference it makes. Now I've got to decide how much of the vines I want to chop. I love these vines, especially when they're in full leaf and then in fall as they kind of cascade everywhere. But I do think I better give them a pretty good chop to start the season, especially since some have fake webs left from Halloween. Yeah, we're gonna give this a pretty good chop. So it never fails. Every spring, I find myself wishing I would have done more in the fall, the previous fall, to have prepared for the spring. Cleaning up leaves, all the dead stuff. Every time, without fail. This is me committing on video to you, to myself, to my yard, that I will clean up in the fall this year. And I know that the me in spring of 2021 is going to be so grateful. But that is it that I'm bringing you along for today. Tell me about what pretty pests you are dealing with or have dealt with. What are the ones that are just the bane of your garden existence? I want to know about them. Tell us about it in the comments. And what things have you found that have worked in getting rid of them, or at least managing them? And which ones are your favorites? Because I know there are some that are gorgeous and they're wonderful. They're just thugs. Oh, happy gardening. I will see you all real soon.